The Epstein files just cracked open an elite secret that nobody was supposed to see. After a quiet 2017 trip to billionaire Richard Branson's private island, located right next door to Epstein's pedo island, Barack and Michelle Obama were introduced to something far darker than luxury. An appetite for jerky, cream cheese baby, and deep-fried fetuses. Soon after, the Obama's personal chef was flown to the island to study culinary techniques. What a coincidence that a few years later, both chefs were dead in bizarre incidents that nobody can believe. Both quickly investigated and declared tragic accidents. But buried in encrypted flight logs and coded emails are phrases investigators have cracked to decode the elite's heart of darkness. When you understand what these code words mean, you can't unread them. And when you understand that island staff confirm there are photos of Michelle Obama tearing into a fetus as though it's a chicken leg, you'll understand why the elite are killing to keep their secrets under wraps. Before we dive in, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and join the People's Voice Locals community to join our incredible community, support the channel, and gain access to exclusive and uncensored content. Let's start with a death that hit too close to home for the Democrats' royal family. The tragic, or should I say convenient, demise of Tafari Campbell. July 23rd, 2023, Martha's Vineyard. The personal chef to Barack and Michelle Obama is out paddleboarding on the Obama sprawling estate. He's young, fit, experienced on the water, and basically a professional level swimmer. Hours later, divers pull his body from just 8 feet of calm water. Official cause, accidental drowning. No foul play, they say. Paddleboarders don't just vanish like that, folks. Not unless someone makes them. And when people started asking real questions, the lies began to be exposed.
Mr. and Mrs. Obama, who were not at Martha's Vineyard at the time, released a statement calling him a warm, fun, extraordinarily kind person.
Two law enforcement sources tell NBC News the Obamas were not home when the incident occurred.
Authorities said the Obama family was not staying at that home during the accident.
We have new information tonight in the drowning death of Obama's personal chef, Tafari Campbell. The Massachusetts State Police responded to our FOIA request and released their report with some redactions. According to the report, Obama was on the scene shortly after Campbell went missing.
Campbell wasn't just any chef. He was the Obama's culinary confidant, crafting elaborate meals for the notoriously fussy former president's post-White House life. So why was he silenced? Because chefs like him get too close. They see the ingredients list that never make it to the menu. And when they threaten to talk, splash, gone. Now, you might think this is isolated. You might have believed the media narrative. But the Epstein files, unredacted and decoded, paint a different picture. Campbell had stumbled onto something unspeakable. The Obamas' craving for jerky. Like a number of the A-list elites, the Obamas had developed a taste for human flesh during a visit to Branson's private Necker Island in 2017. The Obamas vacationed there in 2017, the very first day after Obama left office. Kite surfing with Barack? Sure, but files suggest it was more than that. As Branson let slip when hinting at their similar Luciferian beliefs and history of sharing private meals. Hot dogs and pizza, anyone?
We have similar beliefs, and I'd had lunch with him in the Oval Office a few months before, and we agreed that when he stepped down from office, if he wanted a holiday, we'd love to have him, and he definitely needed a holiday after 8 years in that job.
The Obamas sent Chef Campbell to Necker to learn from the best, not in fusion cuisine, but in the dark arts of preparing human delicacies. Campbell trained under the island's top chefs, mastering recipes that would make Hannibal Lecter blush. And what he learned? It followed him back to Martha's Vineyard, straight to his watery grave. Let's connect the dots. Epstein had the entire Virgin Islands in his pocket. Customs officials at the airport, bought and paid for. No manifest checked, no questions asked. Planes full of cargo landing under the radar.
So was he bribing customs and border officials in the Virgin Islands?
Well, listen, Jeffrey Epstein needed that access because these were the individuals who were granting these visas to these, young girls who were being flown over from countries like Russia and so many other places. And these girls were as young as 12 years old.
I mean, and the Obama administration looked into this and nothing was done about it. Nothing was ever done.
Yeah.
And now enter the Caribbean Triangle, Necker Island, Little St. James, and Water Island, owned by entities linked to the Biden family. Short boat rides connect them all, perfect for discreet transfers. Kids trafficked in, flesh harvested out. Branson's paradise? Ground zero for ritual feasts tied to the Luciferian calendar. Dates like the Walpurgis Night or the Solstice, where elites gather to consume and commune with darkness. How do we know? Silly Sumdaka, the 37-year-old executive sous chef on Necker Island, a rising star from South Africa, father of two, with knife skills that could carve a masterpiece or a body. We have his explosive story exposing the Obamas, the death of Tafari Campbell, and the crimes of the cabal that visited the Caribbean Triangle, right after this important word from our sponsor. Today's sponsor is ReliableMedicines.com. The price of medicine in America has skyrocketed in recent years, while the real cause for many illnesses and diseases continues to be suppressed. That's why I've partnered with ReliableMedicines.com. All of their FDA-approved medicines are the cheapest you'll find anywhere. They deliver effective medicines straight to your door, such as ivermectin, zopiclone, hydroxychloroquine, fenbendazole, and painosoma, to name just a few. Listen to this testimony of Joe Tippins, a cancer survivor, thanks to the type of medicines found at ReliableMedicines.com.
2 years ago, Joe Tippins says he was told to go home, call hospice, and say his goodbyes. The doctors were unanimous. He was going to die of small cell lung cancer.
Once that kind of cancer goes that far afield, the odds of survival are less than 1%, and the median life expectancy is 3 months.
Tippins says he got a tip, not from a pharmacist, but a veterinarian. And in his desperation, he turned from people medicine to dog medicine. Specifically, fenbendazole.
My insurance company spent $1.2 million on me with traditional means before I switched to a $5 a week medicine that actually saved me.
Get 15% off by using coupon code RM15 at the checkouts. Please click the link below this video or call 256-664-4170 to take advantage of this fantastic offer. Let's start with the official narrative. Late August 2025. Sumdaka attends a farewell party at the island's great house, Branson's opulent hub. He leaves, suffers catastrophic head injuries and dies. Another tragic accident, they claim. But come on. On an island with more security cams than a casino? No footage released. Covered up, just like everything in Epstein's orbit. The reality, according to former colleagues speaking to independent investigators, Sumdaka was silenced. He'd grown horrified by the culture of cannibalism and child trafficking in the Triangle. He prepared elaborate feasts for Branson and Epstein's VIP network. Meals featuring child meat and jerky, sourced from the trafficked, including newborns and fetuses harvested from Epstein's baby farms. Sumdaka described it as unholy evil. And according to a colleague, he threatened to expose it all. The feasts, the code words, and a photo of Michelle Obama tearing into a deep-fried fetus like it was a chicken leg.
I knew Sihle like blood. We bled together in that kitchen on Necker. He was the one they called for the special requests. The ones that never hit the menu. 2017, the Obamas arrived. Barack, Michelle, the whole entourage. Branson snaps his fingers. Everything perfect. Sihle gets the assignment. Train their chef, Tafari Campbell. Show him the ropes, the real techniques, the private recipes no one's supposed to write down. He taught Campbell how to make the jerky, perfect texture, perfect cure, the smoke that hides it all. He taught him long pig reserve, cream cheese baby, black shrimp cocktail. Campbell scribbled notes like a man possessed. But after they left, Sihle changed. He'd stand there staring at the carts, the sourcing lists, no labels, no questions. He'd go dead quiet. Then barely a whisper. This isn't food. This is sin. He saw everything. VIPs landing after dark. Politicians, royals, billionaires with private jets and private scenes. They come for the feasts. Luciferian dates. Unmarked coolers rolling in at midnight. Exotic proteins. Michelle, She couldn't stop, kept asking for more jerky. Addicted, like the rest of them once they taste it. Obama, different. Joked he still wanted his hot dogs. Everyone found that very funny. We thought they were just flattering the president, kissing his ass, but now I understand the truth. Sihle started to wake up first. He started asking questions. Quiet at first, then louder. Threatened to talk, to the press, to anyone who'd listen. Then one night, he's gone. Same hill he drove blindfolded for years. No cameras, no witnesses. Just like Campbell, drowned 2 years earlier. Same silence. They know. The elite circles know. They whisper his name like a warning. Silenced. Erased. If you're hearing this, they're listening too. Get out. Before they decide you're next, they never let loose ends breathe.
The job of chef to the rich and powerful is one of the most hazardous professions in the world. Because they know the elite don't just traffic kids, they season them. And when a chef finally says, I won't cook this, the table turns. Tafari Campbell and Sil Sumdaka are just the start. Don't forget Anthony Bourdain, who threatened to expose what he knew about the elite. The list is endless. Some of the names include Gary Rhodes, who died in 2019. He was the Queen's banquet maestro, cooks for Tom Hanks, dropped dead mid-service in Dubai, autopsy sealed, palace statement, natural causes. Natural for whom? Floyd Cardoz 2020, fed the Davos crowd, first COVID death in the chef world. But his last text to a colleague? They're serving something that isn't veal. Jonathan Gold 2018, Spielberg's food whisperer, heart attack at 57. His final review unpublished, a private dinner in Bel Air tastes like childhood, but wrong. Gray Kunz 2020, Clinton White House veteran, cancer, they said. But the nurses leaked note, patient kept repeating it wasn't pork. Benoit Voilier 2016, 3 Michelin stars, shot himself twice in the chest. Served Clooney Oprah the Clintons. His widow burned his final recipe book. Homaru Kantu 2015, culinary wizard for Colbert and the Clintons. Hung in his own lab. Suicide? The rope was knotted wrong for a chef's hands. Walter Sheeb 2015, another Clinton White House ghost. Hiking accident. Found face down in a dry arroyo, lungs full of water, no stream for miles. Christy Schoenkot 2015, pregnant. Cooks for Will Smith, Ben Kingsley, stabbed 20 times, torso burned. They weren't just chefs. They were witnesses against the cabal that has run the show for centuries, planting predators in every seat of power, blackmailing the weak, harvesting pain to fuel their shadow empire. Necker Island's guest list only deepens the intrigue. Over the years, Necker has welcomed luminaries such as Mick Jagger, Bono, Leonardo DiCaprio, Jay-Z and Beyonce, Diddy, Ellen DeGeneres, and countless other A-listers for lavish retreats and off-the-record gatherings. Adding fuel to the fire, Branson is a founding member of the International Center for Missing and Exploited Children. And if you think that sounds creepy, wait till you learn that Ghislaine Maxwell's sisters are running Amber Alerts, with help from Laura Silsby. Yes, the same Laura Silsby, who was arrested for trafficking 33 Haitian children in 2010. WikiLeaks later revealed her ties to the Clintons got her off the hook. She remarried, changed her name, and now is VP of AlertSense, who issues Amber Alerts, including in the US Virgin Islands. Compounding the concerns about Necker Island are the documented ties to NXIVM, the sex trafficking cult led by Keith Rainier. In 2017 and 2010, NXIVM's prominent backers, the Bronfman sisters, Sarah and Claire, heiress to the Seagram fortune, visited Branson's Necker Island with a gathering of sex slave members. The Epstein files are connecting all the dots and implicating the entire cabal. We've been asleep, distracted by phones, politics and fake fights, while this prehistoric cult erases history, hides the bodies, and owns the courts. That ends now. It's time to expose the predators and cannibals. But remember, everything we're dropping here is the kind of material that gets hard drives wiped, servers torched, and people suicided before breakfast. Just ask Tucker Carlson.
If you criticize Israel in your country, your government will work to censor you. If there's a standoff between you and Bibi, you know whose side your government's going to take, Bibi's side. That is not sustainable. That is too humiliating. It's too clearly an inversion of the natural order. Your government exists for you, not for a foreign government.
Israel have declared social media as the 8th front in their forever war, and Americans are in their crosshairs. If you're doing your own research and digging into dangerous topics online, you need to be protected. Legacy VPNs? Forget it. Proton? It's literally funded by the WEF and the EU. Let that sink in. Express, Nord, Surfshark? They all keep logs, they all cave to warrants. They're all headquartered in 5, 9, 14 eyes countries that will hand over your IP faster than you can blink. You need something that cannot betray you. That's VP.net, the world's first trustless VPN. No central servers they can raid, no logs they can seize because there's nothing to seize. It runs on blockchain nodes spread across thousands of independent operators. Even if the entire US government demands your data, there's nobody to hand it over to. It's mathematically impossible to de-anonymize you. Do it before you dig any deeper. vp.net/TPV. That's all it takes to keep your searches, your passwords, your fingerprints, your downloads, and your late night rabbit holes completely private. No logs, no backdoors, no subpoenas that ever get answered. vp.net/TPV. One click and you're gone. Smart people are already there. See you on the other side.